Welcome back to Winning in the Workplace on WBRP Talk 107.3 FM. I'm Gordy Rush, joined by Maurice Velasquez from Team Real World, and we're talking about getting aligned and increasing employee engagement. So, Maurice, we've covered one of the various steps to help us get aligned,
Right.
and now let's dive into more details, and we'll do that in these future shows. But today, tell me this, what's the number one way to help everyone get engaged?
All right. This is a tough one.
Okay.
But it's essential.
I like
okay?
tough ones.
It's a tough one. All right. And it's this. Companies, executives, leaders, they have to be committed to sincerely listen to the opinions and instruction, feedback and criticism and recommendations from the staff. And they have to be willing to make 60 to 80% of the decisions based on employee feedback.
All right. Let's start down that road. How do you get this information? What's the best way to get it from?
Well, the best way to do this is, again, remember when we talked about the whole alignment, you got to have supervisors meeting with their people on a regular
Right.
basis. That's ultimately what's going to create the habit. But to get it started, one of the best and most powerful ways is to initiate an anonymous employee survey. That's it's better if a third-party company does it, because most of the time company employees just don't trust that.
They don't trust SurveyMonkey,
Well, they trust SurveyMonkey.
but depending on
Who's going to
Okay,
get it?
got it.
Okay, it's not
Who's the monkey?
Yeah, it's what an old is. What I forget which politician one time said. It's not so much who votes, but who counts the vote.
Okay,
It's not so
okay.
much the feedback you got, but who got the feedback.
I hear you.
Okay, and so if I know that the director of operations or that the director of HR or that whoever is going to read the raw data, and yet there's going to be a lot of comments about that person in that survey, what are the chances employees are not going to tell you what they feel?
Yeah, I hear
It's
you.
not going to happen.
No.
Okay. Or what if they know that the director of operations or the HR is really close friends with the CEO or the COO, and everybody knows the CEO is causing a lot of tension and unnecessary conflict? Are they really going to say things if they know that there's friendships there? Okay, so
No, I get it.
you have to have an honest environment and say we're gonna hire a third party company. We'll use a trusted site like SurveyMonkey. I think SurveyMonkey is extremely reliable. Okay, but it's not. People don't have problems with SurveyMonkey itself. They have a problem with who gets it. So
who should get it? Who should the feedback go to?
a third party company. Okay,
All right.
and that third party company looks at the data.
And gives
Okay, and removes several things from it. Okay, they remove any rated R language.
Right.
Okay, it makes it professional. Okay,
Damn.
yeah, I know. All right, and then it also removes a lot of heated drama around the issue, because what frustrates employers is that they go ask for feedback, and what they get is a kernel of content, but it's surrounded a lot of drama, right?
Right.
And so what a good third-party company does is that they remove a lot of the drama and take out the kernel of what's being said, and the way they present it to the executives and the leadership team is in a compiled, organized way of saying, look, they seem to be saying this. So there's an interpretive factor that the third-party company can do to not get the recipients, the leaders, into a defense mechanism. All right. And the reason for doing it that way, third-party companies do this is what we do for companies, is we make it easy for the executives to hear what it is they're saying.
Yeah.
And to give the staff a real voice to say what needs to be said, even though it may hurt. At least they get the confidence that it got said. All right, what a lot of companies do at this point is they get the data in this interpretive report, and they don't share it with the staff. Well, I mean, wait a minute. I
waste of time, right?
gave feedback in February. We know the feedback was put in an executive report because supposedly that's what happened. Here we are in June, and we have no idea what was said because they don't want to release it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think is going to happen to morale?
That's you wasted my time. I don't care. You don't care.
Yeah, and then 8 months later, November, December, January comes around. What do? Hey, we want to get your you want to get your feedback as to how you things are. Yeah, but we didn't do anything with it last time, so there has to be a commitment. That, look, if you're going to ask, you got to let the staff know what was said, and it's incredibly powerful. And you know this, that if staff members critique the company, and it's constructive criticism, okay, and they show it back to the staff looks at that document and go, they actually read what we said. And you know what I'm saying? Our message is there. All right. Then the executive and leadership team, the management team, they have a decision to make. Are we going to implement these changes or are we going to ignore them? So what we tell companies all the time is if you have to listen, okay, and you have to listen and act on a lot of these things. It doesn't mean you act on all of them, but you have to create, instead of a yes-no paradigm, you create a 4-level. Okay, now, soon, later, and we'll see. In other words, thank you for all your feedback. Here are the things we're willing to do now. Here's the things we're willing to do soon. Here's the things we're willing to do later. Here's the things we're willing to do, I don't know when, okay? But when you have, for example, a group of administrative assistants or legal secretaries or something, you have 10, 15, 20 of them, and it's clear that the legal assistants got together before the survey and they lobbied each other. Yes. It's clear, okay? Hey, y'all, put this issue, and you can read that the
New coffee.
That's right. Well, you know what? Yeah, those are easy victories,
yeah, sure.
Okay? What about this one? Our workload is so high that if we don't fix this, there's going to be a huge major walkout.
Boycott.
Okay. Well, when you read that it doesn't just come from one person, but there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 8, they're talking.
Right.
Well, if you don't address that, they're telling you they're not probably going to walk out. Okay. But what are they telling you? They are frustrated. To what level? To where they're going to get disengaged. So what should happen is the executives and managers have a golden opportunity to say, okay, we hear y'all. Can we talk a little bit more about that and create these conversations so that you guys have the freedom to tell us what it is that made you say that, and we will try to find a way to fix it.
So we talked. You talked about the anonymous surveys.
Sorry,
room
the other right to go is you and I have done this before. Yeah. We've gone into companies. We've even done it here where we said, all right, executives, managers out of the room.
Yeah.
Go get lunch, go get food, get soft drinks. We have an hour and a half, 2 hour after work or after hours or in the middle of the day. Mm-hmm. And let's create an open dialogue to where it's an open festival, yes. Okay? An open discussion. It's fun, it's engaging, it's lively. And they look around the walls, they put notes, and they realize, whoa, guys, are we going to get in trouble for doing this? And they have a lot of fun with each other. But what comes out of it is some really good feedback, all right? If you fix just 10% of that over the next 4 months, I'm telling you, their engagement level just shoots through the roof because now all of a sudden their opinion counts. There's a great book out there called First Break All the Rules, in which it lists out on page 28 the 12 things that managers should do across the board. I mean, they interviewed hundreds and hundreds of management teams, and they came up with these 12. It's still the standard of management right now. Okay, these 12 things that managers should do to keep great employees. At the very heart of it, number 7 is you have to show that their opinion sincerely counts. Well, what better way to do that than to go ask them?
Yeah.
And then put it on paper and say, is this what you guys said? Is this what we need to fix? And then get busy about how to fix it.
All right. So you get the information. Either you get it from the survey, the open room discussion.
Right.
Yeah, we talked to the supervisors have good staff meetings and they push it up. But then the challenge is, how do you get the supervisor to run that thing up the pole?
Well, that's where you do have to have some real agreements across the board that, look, we're trying to do this all as a team, okay? We need you supervisors. We've invested a lot of money in this survey. We've created these open discussions. Now we need you guys to go and get the details of what they mean by the feedback that they gave us and come back to us. So it's an expectation. Don't make it up to the supervisors to have to figure out whether I have permission to go and tell you. No. Go get this data. Everyone has 2 weeks to go meet with your teams and get information about these 5 things we want to fix. Come back and tell us. Don't tell us the names, and hit hard. Hit really hard and convince the supervisors that it's safe to do that. When supervisors realize they can go up one time and say some hard things and no one got in trouble, I'm telling you, you're halfway there.
Opens up.
It really increases trust.
Sounds like a plan. All right.
It works.
We'll continue with more of this
sure.
in alignment in our next segment. But you've got a special offer for executives and managers. If they need help right away, you can help them at Team Real.
Yeah, 3 things. Every month we offer a complimentary 90-minute breakfast for business owners and managers to learn how to assess this and how to implement the alignment model. Second of all, to have us come in, and instead of coming to eat breakfast with us, just have us come in for 90 minutes and meet with your executive and leadership management team and have the same discussion, but at your side it's a lot more tailored. The third option is for a business executive, a business owner, and a manager to come to our one-day boot boot camp where we teach you the details of the alignment model and how to apply it. It's better if you come in twos, one from the executive level and one from the manager level.
So you can get a little taste. You
It
get
really
the
is.
breakfast.
Right,
You can
right.
bring it to them.
Yeah, right.
But really, I tell the boot camp is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck.
Your boot camp is where you get it real knee deep into it, waist deep into it, and you get all the steps.
All right, group discounts if they
50%
they heard this.
off. If any of your callers call in, mention this show, you get 50% off every second person you bring.
So any second attendee,
That's right.
will mention it.
The second, the fourth, the sixth, yeah, because you want to. We're trying to say come in 2x2s.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. 3 ways in which you can get some help from Team Real World. This is Winning in the Workplace. Gordy Rush with